Okay, welcome students. So in this session we are going to see EMG, uh, EMG recording, and what is the purpose of EMG and EMG waveform, etc. Okay, right. So in last class we have studied it is a electroencephalogram, that means the measurement of brain activity. And the previous class we studied electrocardiograph, that is a EEG, so the measurement of heart performance. Okay. Today in this session we are going to study EMG, that is used to measure the measurement of muscle activity. Okay. So the main purpose is here going to measure neural velocity. Okay, right. So let us see.
U.com.
So electromyogram, EMG. So electromyogram is a process that is used to measure the muscles activity of human. Okay. So let us see. So the objective of this session is students can able to understand the electromyogram and the block diagram and the recording steps and the waveform. Okay. So this is a electromyogram. The terms and terminologies used in this. First one is motor. Actually, motor means that is it is not a electrical motor. So it is a nerve system. Okay. So the entire nerve system of human body is called as motor. Then skeletal means the bone structure or the entire bone structure of human body. So the nerve system and the skeletal and muscles, these three are interconnected, where that forms a organ in our human body. Okay. Then NCV means neural conduction velocity. Neural conduction velocity. So how fast our neuron or our nerve system conduct the signals from one end to other end. Okay. So the EMG is to measure the velocity of conduction in nerve system, our nerve system. Okay. So if you feel the pain means, so that is by nerve conduction. Okay. If any disorder present in our organ, so we cannot feel the, that is pain and any sense. Okay. So the measurement of nerve conduction velocity, we can analyze our muscles disorder. Okay. EMG, the introduction. So electromyograph is an instrument that is used for recording electrical activity of muscles, whether the muscle is contracting or not. Contracting means so the muscle is working or not. Okay. So extending and contracting, that is the muscle activity. So electromyograph is an instrument that is used to record the electrical activity of muscles. What is the electrical activity of muscles? How muscles conduct the electrical signal. Whether the muscles having any break or tear out, then it cannot conduct the electrical signal from one point to another point. So by measuring EMG, we can understand how muscles is conducts, how muscles conduct the electrical activity. Okay. So that is the EMG. And another method is the study of neuromuscular function is also possible by EMG. Neuromuscular function. So neuron means the nerve system. That is a muscular means the muscle activity. Okay. The study of nerve conduction and the muscle activity, that is also possible by using electromyograph. Okay, right. The recording of peripheral nerve action potential is called as electroneuropathy. So in associated with the electromyograph, we are measuring or recording the peripheral nerve action potential. Already we are studied in action potential in the first unit. Okay. So we are measuring the nerve action potential, that is called as electroneuropathy. Okay. Then skeletal muscle is organized functionality on basis of motor unit. The skeletal muscles means the muscle that interconnect the bones are organized the functionality on the basis of motor unit. Okay, the entire nerve conduction unit. Okay, so EMG is mainly is to measure the muscles activity and the nerves conduction velocity. Okay, then consider the diagram. So this is a single motor unit. So that is this is looking, it's a cross section view. So the spinal cord is in vertical present. Okay, that is the and these two bones are used to connect with our two legs. Okay, leg. Okay, so the spinal cord is a தண்டுவடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Okay, so that is a spinal cord nerve system that is used to connect entire organ with our brain. Okay, so by using the spinal cord we are sense the pain, okay, and touch everything. So our body is sensitive means due to the spinal cord. If the spinal cord is failure, then they cannot walk or they cannot control any organ by them. Okay, right? So spinal cord is a very important thing in our human. If it is failure in any nerve system in spinal cord, that will affect the entire organ. So the particular human is in dangerous condition, enter into dangerous condition. Okay, so uh, here we are going to study the how the muscle activities. Okay, how the neurons are neural systems are communicate and how fast it's communicate. Okay, how to measure the velocity, etc. Okay, right. So the single motor unit consists of single motor neuron and a group of skeletal muscles fibers. When the muscles spindle in the muscle activate the sensory nerve fiber whose cell bodies are located in the dorsal root ganglion. Okay, these fibular neurons send axonal projection to the spinal cord that divide into descending and ascending branch. Descending means it is the information coming from brain. Ascending means the information coming to brain. Okay, right. Then EMG electrodes. What are the electrodes that is used to measure the electromyograph? So mostly they are using two electrodes. One is a surface electrode and another is a needle electrode. So surface electrode is placed over the human body where we are going to measure EMG. Okay, so this surface electrode is cannot measure the deep potential because the surface electrode is outermost surface. Okay, that is placed over the human skin. But the second one is a needle electrode. The needle electrode is used to measure the EMG by inserting the electrode into our muscle or tissue. That is closed measurement of a closed electrical activity of muscle can be measured by needle electrode only. Okay, right. But if you in a normal case they are using a surface electrode that is looking like a sticker along with a lead. They paste the sticker in our body and they can measure the electromyogram over our skin. But needle electrode is used to measure the electrical activity of muscle inside our muscles. Okay, inside the muscles, inside the tissues. Okay, right. For example, fracture, muscle fracture means so in outside that is it is normal, but inside it is teared out or some problems present inside. So these type of activities are measured by the needle electrode. Okay, so this is a recording system of EMG. So very simple thing. We are only using two electrodes. Okay, that is electrode 1A and electrode 2 is B. Then these two electrodes are connected with a differential amplifier. Differential amplifier is a high gain, high CMRR amplifier that is amplify the weak signal coming from the electrode placed in our human body. Then the output of the differential amplifier is given to three units. One is storage oscilloscope, and the second one is a tape recorder, and third one is a power amplifier. The power amplifier that is used to derive the speaker. Okay, right. So the through the speaker the technician can listen the signal that is sent from one side and received from other side. Okay. Actually, EMG recording system consists of one stimulator. That stimulator generate or stimulate the muscles activity, and that stimulated signal is transferred from one place to another place between the length L1. Okay. Then the received signal is amplified, and it is given to speaker. The speaker, through the speaker we can hear the received signal. At the same time, the output of differential amplifier is conducted with a tape recorder. Tape recorder store the output for future reference. At the same time, the storage oscilloscope that is used to display the waves in a CRO, and it is also store the signal for future reference. So this is a very simple block diagram of like EMG recording system. Okay. Right. Then EMG recording, how we are going to record the EMG. So first one, the EMG potential are taken from the tissue by using electrodes. Okay, we are pasting the electrode, inserting a needle electrode in our human body in two different places. Okay, that electrodes are producing the potential, the getting the potential, and is given to the differential amplifier. The electrodes are connected with the differential amplifier. The differential amplifier is a high gain amplifier. High gain amplifier means it convert a millivolt into volt. That means the gain of the amplifier is 1000. If we are getting a 1 millivolt signal from our electrode, that is converted into 1 volt. So it is 1000 times amplified, that is a millivolt to 1 volt. So that is a high gain amplifier. Frequency ranges from 10 hertz to 10 kilohertz. So high bandwidth is required in measuring electromyogram. So the band, because the bandwidth of the electromyogram is very large, so that they are using 10 to 10 kilohertz frequency range differential amplifier to amplify the given input signal. Okay. Then the CMRR of differential amplifier is 80 to 100 dB. It is very high CMRR. So by using this high CMRR, we can reduce the noise very easily. Okay. Then the input impedance is 10 mega ohm. Okay. So high input impedance that is used to handle very weak signal in a easier manner, and very low current. Okay, so high input impedance is achieved by differential amplifier, that is 10 mega ohm. So no lead selector switch is used here. In previous that is a ECG measurement or EEG measurement, we are using lead selection switch or lead selector, that is used to change the different electrodes that is going to be connected with the differential amplifier. But here we are not using the lead selector switch, because here we are only using two electrodes. Okay, so that no need of lead selector. Okay, the output of differential amplifier is given to the loudspeaker, tape recorder, and CRO. Okay, so that is the three different output measuring instruments used in EMG. Then the power amplifier, that is amplify the signal that is coming from the differential amplifier, and that is used to derive the loudspeaker. The amplifier signal is from differential amplifier is displayed by using CRO, and the oscilloscope that is used to store the signal for future reference, that is a digital oscilloscope, digital storage oscilloscope, that is display the signal. At the same time, it will store the signal for future reference. Tape recorder that is used to record the EMG signal on tape, that is used to reference. This is for reference, further reference. Okay, right. So these are the different recording method used in EMG measurement. Okay. Then measurement of conduction velocity in motor nerve system. Okay, in order to measure the conduction velocity, we are using two electrodes. Okay, first we are placing the electrode in a position, that is a point A, and placing another one or putting another one electrode that is in the position, that is B. Okay, the length between A and B is considered as L1. Then we are applying the stimulus to the point A. Then we are measuring the stimulus to the point B. So what is the difference between these two stimulus, that is measured here? So the time delay between the point A to B is T1. Measured is T1. This is the first step. In second step, the A position is changed to C position. Okay, say A position is similar to C position, so that is very lower length when compared to previous one. So the length between C and D, that is L2. Then we are applying the stimulus to the C and we are measuring the stimulus in another end. So then we are finding the time delay between C and D. So how fast the muscle system or the nerve conduct the signal from C to D, similarly A to B. That is a T1 and T2, the time delay. Okay, these are method. So this is the methods here used in ECG measurement. The nerve conduction time and nerve velocity are measured. That is a T1, T2, and nerve velocity V is measured from T1, T2, L1, L2. For this now is stimulated initially, and the EMG is measured. So initially we are stimulate the nerve system by using any other device, and after that we are measuring the EMG. This conduction velocity measurement is used to indicate the location and type of the nerve listen. Okay, the conduction velocity depends on the location of the human body and the location and the type of the nerve system. So the conduction velocity is not common in all the places of our human body. Okay, right. Then steps to measure the conduction velocity. First, the stimulate is applied at the point A. Already I told the stimulate is applied at the point A. Then electrical activity of the muscle is measured at point B. Okay. Then the distance between A and B is L1 meter. Then what is latency? It's an important two more question. The time delay between applying stimulus and receiving action potential is known as latency. The time delay is T1. Okay. The time delay between applying stimulus and receiving action potential is known as latency. Okay, we are applying on stimulus, then how far the the potential is received, the action potential is received in the after applying stimulus, that is called T1. Okay, similarly T2 is also measured. Now changing the position of A to C. A is changed to C. Now the length is reduced to L2. The time delay is noted for L2 is T2. Usually L2 is less than L1. Similarly T2 is also less than T1. Then conduction velocity V is calculated by using this formula, that is V equal to L1 minus L2 divided by T1 minus T2. Okay, so the conduction velocities are around 50 meter per second. When the conduction velocity is around in normal version, it is a 50 meter per second. If it is lesser, mean the particular muscles are having some disorder in a conduction system. If V is less than 40 meter per second, then there is some disorder present in a nerve conduction. Okay, the conduction velocity is measured in motor nerves. Okay, motor nerves. Okay, so that is a electromyograph. So after measuring and the electromyograph EMG signal is displayed on a scope. So that is looking like this. Okay, this is a example of EMG waveform. Okay, let us see one video that is used to how to measure EMG.
Hello, I'm Nina. I'm with the neurology department here at HattiesburgClinic. I'm a neurodiagnostic technician, and I'm here to talk with you today about nerve conduction EMG study. A nerve conduction velocity study measures the electrical activity of your nerve, and the EMG measures the electrical activity of your muscle. They're both ordered by your physician to help with your diagnosis. After checking in for your EMG nerve conduction study, you'll be brought back by a technician and asked to change into a gown. After that, we'll perform the nerve conduction velocity study first and then the EMG. So for the nerve conduction study, we place electrodes on your hand. We'll ask you to put your thumb and pinky together so that we can find your APB muscle and place an electrode on it. It's important during the nerve conduction study to try to remain as still and relaxed as possible. Okay, relax your hand. Next, we take this instrument and stim several places on this nerve. We start out low and work our way up so that you're able to get used to the feeling. We'll do several places on your arm. Sometimes it can be a little uncomfortable, but it's very fast, so tolerable. For this study, there's not a lot of preparation. We just ask that you don't put any lotions or oils on your arms or legs. An EMG is an electromyograph. The EMG is performed by the physician. He takes a small needle and places it in several muscles in either your arm or leg. This can be a little uncomfortable, but it is tolerable. But at any point, if you would like to stop, you can ask your technician or physician. Your test results will be sent to your provider, and they will go over them with you at your follow-up appointment. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to call us at the neurology department.
HattiesburgClinic. Our life's mission is you.
Okay, so this way they are measuring electromyograph. Okay, I hope you are clear now. So the outcome of this session is, so after this session, after watching this video, you can understand what is EMG, then EMG block diagram, how they are measuring the EMG, then what are the electrodes used for measuring EMG. Okay. Thank you so much. Thanks for watching. Thank you, students. நீங்கள் இது வரைக்கும் யாரும் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணலன்னா ப்ளீஸ் சப்ஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணிடுங்க. ஓகே, உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் உங்களுடைய அதர் காலேஜில் படிக்கக்கூடிய உங்கள் ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ்க்கு ஏதாவது ஷேர் பண்ணுங்கள். ஓகேவா? தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச்.